73% of high performers who were passed over for promotion reported that their manager simply didn't know the full scope of their work. Not because they weren't capable, because they were invisible. You're delivering results. Your projects ship on time. Your code doesn't break. Your reports are thorough. Your clients renew. You know you're good. But somewhere between your effort and the boardroom, your impact disappears. This isn't paranoia. This is structural. You work in a system built on asymmetric information. Your manager has 20 direct reports. They attend 30 meetings a week. They have maybe 6 minutes per week of documented knowledge about what you actually do. Meanwhile, they have complete visibility into whoever speaks up in meetings, sends the weekly update, gets coffee with them, asks for feedback, makes eye contact during presentations. The gap between what you deliver and what gets remembered creates a ceiling. And the worst part, you can be exceptional and still hit it. Visibility isn't politics. It's information design. It's the discipline of making sure your actual capability aligns with your perceived capability. And in 2026, with organizations flatter, teams more distributed, and careers less linear, visibility has moved from nice to have to non-negotiable. In the next 10 minutes, we're walking through 3 operating systems that change how leaders and high performers get seen. We'll show you what the data says about the visibility success connection, how companies like Service Titan and regional tech leaders in Singapore and India are building this systematically, and exactly how to architect your own visibility strategy without becoming the person everyone avoids at lunch. The first insight is this: visibility and performance are different currencies in the same economy. Here's the evidence. According to recent 2025 research from McKinsey, executives who were regularly visible in cross-functional settings received promotions at 2.3 times the rate of equally high performers who worked in isolation. That gap didn't come from better work. It came from better positioning. Consider Service Titan, the field service software platform founded in Los Angeles but with significant operations across Southeast Asia. When they restructured their career framework in 2025, they introduced what they called visibility checkpoints. These weren't surveillance. They were structured moments where individual contributors demonstrated their work to leaders outside their immediate team. The result? Time to promotion for high performers dropped from 18 months to 9 months. But here's what mattered. Performance ratings stayed identical. The mechanism changed. The visibility increased. How do you apply this? Start with what I call the visibility audit. List the 5 leaders who influence your career most directly. For each one, write down specifically what they know you've delivered in the last 60 days. Be honest if the list is thin. That's not a problem with your work. It's a design problem you need to solve. The second operating system is visibility without noise. There's a fear that showing your work means becoming a self-promoter. And self-promoters get resented. That's true. But strategic communication is different from bragging. It's different from spam. Research from Gartner in 2025 found that professionals who use structured communication frameworks to share progress received significantly higher engagement from leadership. But only when those communications were tied to business outcomes, not personal achievement. The distinction matters enormously. When you say, "I completed this task," that's personal achievement. When you say, "We reduced deployment time by 30%, which improves customer onboarding velocity in Q2," that's business outcome. Let me give you a real example. At a mid-market B2B SaaS company in Bangalore, A senior engineer named Priya was doing exceptional work on infrastructure optimization but remained relatively unknown to the VP of engineering. Her manager suggested a simple change. Monthly 5-minute updates to the engineering leadership Slack channel. Written in a specific format. Context. Outcome. Impact. No more, no less. Within 4 months. Not because her work changed, but because the visibility pattern changed. She was staffed on the company's highest priority initiative and fast-tracked for staff engineer. Consideration. What you do immediately. Identify one communication channel where leadership congregates. For most organizations in 2026, that's a weekly Slack channel, a monthly team sync, or a quarterly all-hands. Design one message per month that you own. Context. What we were solving. Outcome. What changed. Impact. What that means for business. Write it once. Refine it. Repeat it monthly. Watch what happens to how you're perceived. The third operating system is reciprocal visibility, which means you need to see them too. This sounds soft, but it's mechanical. According to data from the World Economic Forum's 2026 leadership research, the strongest predictor of being mentored by senior leaders wasn't credentials or performance. It was proximity combined with demonstrated understanding of senior leadership priorities. In other words, leaders mentor people who understand their world, not people who ask to be mentored. Service Titan's leadership team in Singapore noticed something in 2025. The high performers who advanced fastest weren't always the ones with the highest individual contribution metrics. They were the ones who understood what the business was trying to solve. They attended optional strategy briefings. They asked informed questions. They read the quarterly business reviews before the meetings. They had visibility into leadership challenges. And that reciprocal visibility created a gravity that pulled them forward. The application is concrete. Identify one senior leader's primary business challenge. Not their role. Their actual current problem. You do this by listening in all hands meetings. Reading company emails from leadership. Asking your manager directly. Once you understand it, bring one piece of useful information to that leader every 2 weeks. Not a pitch. Not a request, just useful information that relates to their stated challenge. A benchmark. A customer insight. A technical possibility. Something that shows you understand their world. This creates reciprocal visibility. You see them. They see you. Mentorship often follows. Let's paint the afterstate clearly. In 12 months, with these 3 systems operating, something shifts. Your manager starts referencing your work unprompted in leadership meetings. You get invited to discussions before you apply. When opportunities emerge, your name is already in the room. Not because you became a different person, because you made your capability visible to the people who control opportunity. But here's what's more valuable. Your confidence changes. You stop wondering if anyone knows what you do. You have a system for making sure they do. You stop feeling like your career depends on luck or politics. You know it depends on information flow. And information flow you can engineer. You also stop confusing visibility with performance. You understand they're separate games that need to run in parallel. Your performance gets you invited to the table once. Your visibility keeps the door open for the next invitation. The result? In organizations across Asia Pacific, in Singapore, India, across Southeast Asia and beyond, we're seeing high performers close the gap between what they deliver and what gets recognized. Not by working harder, by working visible. Here's what we know. Visibility without performance is noise. Performance without visibility is waste. You need both operating. The question is whether you're going to architect this intentionally or wait for someone to notice. Most people wait. That's why most people don't advance as fast as they should. Subscribe to Apex Minds D4J right now. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss our weekly content on career architecture, leadership philosophy, and how to actually move forward in your organization. Leave a comment with this. In your current role, which leader has the least visibility into your work? That's where you start. Next week, we're going deeper into what we call the mentor protocol. How to actually build genuine relationships with senior leaders without looking like you're trying. The difference between what works and what burns you. You don't want to miss that one. Keep pushing forward. Thank you so much for watching this video. If these insights resonated with you, please subscribe to Apex Minds D4J and hit the notification bell so you never miss our weekly content. Share this video with a colleague who needs to hear it. We will see you in the next one. Keep pushing forward. Thanks for listening. If you found this valuable, please subscribe to Apex Minds D4J for more powerful insights. See you in the next one.